Hello and welcome back to Global Flyer. Today, in our 14th episode, we're retaking a deep dive into one of the most iconic and recognizable airliners ever built. The legendary Boeing 727, with its distinctive T-tail and 3 rear-mounted engines. The 727 was a common sight at airports worldwide for decades. It was the workhorse that truly brought the jet age to smaller cities and shorter routes. So, fasten your seatbelts as we explore the fascinating story of this remarkable aircraft. The story of the 727 begins in the late 1950s. The jet age was dawning with the Boeing 707 and Douglas DC-8, but these large four-engine jets were designed for long-haul routes and needed long runways. Airlines like United, American, and Eastern Airlines approached Boeing with a request for a new, smaller jet. They needed an aircraft that could operate from smaller airports with shorter runways, serve medium-range routes profitably, and bridge the gap between the big jets and the older propeller planes. Boeing's engineers faced a significant challenge. The new aircraft had to have excellent short-field performance, meaning it needed to take off and land on shorter runways. This requirement led to one of the 727's most defining features: its advanced high-lift wing design. The wing was equipped with a complex system of triple-slotted flaps and leading-edge slats. When fully extended for takeoff and landing, these devices dramatically increased the wing's surface area and curvature, generating immense lift at low speeds. This allowed the 727 to use runways that were previously only accessible to propeller aircraft, opening up hundreds of new destinations to jet service. It was an engineering masterpiece that gave the 727 incredible versatility. Now, let's talk about that unique engine configuration. The decision to use 3 engines was a compromise. Twin-engine designs at the time faced operational restrictions on over-water flights, and 4 engines would have been too costly and inefficient for the short to medium routes the 727 was designed for. So 3 engines it was. Placing all 3 at the rear of the fuselage kept the wings clean, which contributed to its excellent low-speed performance. It also reduced cabin noise compared to wing-mounted engines. The central engine was fed air through a distinctive S-shaped duct that ran through the tail. This tri-jet layout, combined with the T-tail, gave the 727 its unforgettable silhouette. However, those powerful, early-generation Pratt & Whitney JT8D low-bypass turbofan engines came with a significant downside: noise. The 727 was notoriously loud, earning it nicknames like the Whispering Giant's noisy little brother. The sound was a low-frequency roar, especially during takeoff, that was unmistakable. As noise regulations became stricter around the world in the 1980s and 90s, many 727s had to be fitted with hush kits to muffle their engines. These kits, while effective, added weight and slightly reduced performance. Ultimately, the noise and fuel inefficiency of its engines were major factors in the 727's eventual retirement from passenger service. The Boeing 727 first flew on February 9, 1963, and entered service with Eastern Airlines a year later. It was an instant success. Passengers loved the quiet cabin and the speed of jet travel, while airlines loved its reliability and profitability. For over a decade, it was the best-selling airliner in the world. The 727's operational history is incredibly rich. It became the backbone of domestic fleets for major U.S. carriers and was adopted by airlines all over the globe. Its ability to operate from high-altitude airports and unimproved runways made it particularly popular in Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Beyond passenger service, the 727 was also famous for another, more unusual feature, the aft air stair. This was a built-in staircase at the rear of the plane that could be lowered from the tail, allowing passengers to board and deplane without needing ground support equipment. While incredibly convenient, it infamously played a role in the D.B. Cooper hijacking incident in 1971, where a hijacker parachuted from the plane in mid-flight using this exit. After this, a device known as the Cooper vane was installed on all 727s, which was a small metal tab that prevented the aft stairs from being opened while the aircraft was in the air. Boeing produced two main variants of the 727. Let's look at some numbers. A typical 727-200 was about 153 feet long, with a wingspan of 108 feet. It could carry around 145 to 189 passengers. Its cruise speed was around 570 miles per hour, or Mach 0.86. Making it one of the faster subsonic airliners of its time. The range of the 727-200 Advanced was about 2,700 nautical miles, perfect for transcontinental flights across the United States or routes within Europe. In total, Boeing built 1,832 727s, a production run that lasted until 1984. It was the first commercial jet to surpass the 1,000 sales mark. The Boeing 727 was more than just a successful aircraft. It was a revolution. It connected the world in a way that wasn't possible before, making jet travel accessible and affordable for millions. It trained a generation of pilots and mechanics and set a new standard for reliability and versatility. While you're unlikely to fly on a passenger 727 today, its legacy is undeniable. It paved the way for modern twin-engine jets like the Boeing 757 and the Airbus A320, which now dominate the short to medium-haul market. The lessons learned from the 727's design, from its high-lift wings to its operational flexibility, continue to influence aircraft design to this day. It truly was a remarkable machine, a bridge between the pioneering days of the jet age and the modern era of air travel. An icon of the skies, the Boeing 727 will always hold a special place in aviation history. That's all for this episode of Global Flyer. I hope you enjoyed this journey back in time to celebrate the magnificent Boeing 727. What are your memories of this classic trijet? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, fly safe.